Hello, welcome back to another episode of Modded Kerbal Space Program, where Bobby and I are designing, conceptualizing, building our ship to Duna, basically.
And I'm going to pass my apoapsis, which I just did.
It's not ideal, but it could still work.
Yeah.
Just, instead of burning straight at the horizon, burn more away from the planet to bring your apoapsis back in front of you. Alright, so let's save. We're going to test.
Let's give ourselves about an 8 or a 15-degree angle of attack here.
Let's, I'm going to test this. Alright, we're going to need to bring up our robot thing here. In fact, why don't we test this now? This way? No, where? Ah, there we go, presets.
Alright, what altitude do you want this at?
Just whatever you can get it at easily without running out of fuel, you know. Okay, so that all seems to work. Excellent. Alright, let's turn on our SAS. Let's throttle up. And let's take off. Thrust to weight ratio is a little high.
Should have put a small Sepratron on this, on the probe, just so it would fly away, but now let's speed up a little bit here so I can get closer to my new apoapsis of 95,000 feet.
Alright, I am launching our lander. Well, the lander I've conceptualized here and designed. We'll see if it re-enters well, basically. Re-entry is going to be a little bit weirder on Duna because of, well, first off, the atmosphere's thinner. So, technically need more parachute to enter than you do here, I think. But we shouldn't have as long of a re-entry time, so we could actually have the parachutes open a lot higher. I am literally just going to, like, launch straight up here, I think. Well, we'll get a little bit of an angle going. We're not going to get orbit, if I even can wrest enough control out of this thing. We're not really going to be able to test how well the lander flies because Kerbin's gravity and atmosphere is too thick for it to really work here. Alright. Got an apoapsis up out of the atmosphere here. We're going to go ahead and stage.
Are you coming to dock with me, or are you just testing it?
No, I'm making sure it's going to re-enter.
I gotcha. So we are rounding out our orbit here. We're about 10,000 feet here.
The lander's probably got to be one of the last things we put on that ship, anyways.
Yeah, the lander. I figure we could toss either to the top or to the side here.
Well, you probably don't want to attach anything to a side, because that'll unbalance the ship unless you attach two of them, which we could. We could take two, one for each of us. We just wouldn't be able to be docked to the ship at the same time. One of us would have to go back to the Space Center or something while the other one docks if they're already attached, basically. Could get a little bit weird, but we could do that.
All right, so the apoapsis of this guy. I remember to toggle the solar panels. Oh, look at that. That is sexy.
All right, I've got a deep re-entry here. I don't really want to fire these engines, so we're not going to. I'm not 100% sure we'll be able to repack the parachutes. I will have to test that theory, I guess. If we can't, it's not a huge deal. We can probably do extra parachutes in the attachment containers. Am I going to get re-entry effects here? Doesn't... minimal.
Okay, so we are in orbit. At about 100, our apoapsis is at 100,000 meters, or 100 kilometers above the surface. Periapsis is almost 96, and it is like dead set equatorial.
That's pretty good.
Yes, I am quite proud of this here. And I got this thing had. Actually, let's see here. Vessel, how much? I got 600 delta V left on it.
That's pretty good.
However, I am going to detach the engine from it.
Right, yeah.
So prepare to detach. So we are going to detach the engine from it right now.
Okay, so the only thing... Okay, so I have to probably figure out how we're going to attach landing gear to this thing. And keep it behind the heat shield as well. Probably do something similar to what I did here with these engines. Because we definitely want some landing gear, because I don't know what the crash tolerance of these fuel cans are. Oh.
And the node has been decoupled, or excuse me, the computer-assisted device has been decoupled.
Excellent. So I think I generally have a design for the lander here. I mean, I haven't attached all the science stuff yet, and I will look into that next. It should have more than enough delta V to reattain orbit and, in theory, rendezvous. It re-entered just fine. It did fall over in the water. All right, let's
my game just crashed.
Recover. Oh, well, that's pretty good. I think that's the first time either of us has actually crashed since 1.0 came out. At least that I can think of. I can't remember crashing on camera before. All right, so let's come back in here. We've got the initial design for this lander going. We need to add some more things in here. We're going to ditch this ascent stage. We need to figure out the rest of the science here. So we've got this. So we're going to need maybe... Oh, and the landers are going to need life support too. But we can use like small life support. And actually, I don't know how much life support one of these things has on its own. 3 days. That's probably not enough.
Well, just to like descend and reascend.
Well, it's descend, and then you have to wait. Probably, in all likelihood, wait for what you're gonna redock with, orbit the planet again, and assuming nothing goes wrong, and you remember to refill the life support when you docked the last time. It's fine. I'm gonna put a service bay on here, and we'll put some stuff in the service bay. I may need to increase the amount of fuel. Because I was thinking that we're probably going to need a little bit of monopropellant too for the docking procedures.
Mm-hmm. I put RCS on the
Right.
The Habitat has RCS and a large reaction control wheel on it.
Right. But it'll be easier to dock the much smaller lander to that than to try and dock that to the lander.
Oh yeah.
So let's take and grab our. Let's see if we've got some small monopropellant tanks, and we'll just use those if they fit inside. Though they don't actually fit inside there, do they? These ones do, though. Kind of. Roughly. Maybe we will mount these. Hang on, let's grab. I clicked on you, thank you. Not four-way symmetry. We'll just mount these to the side of this thing, I think. Something like that. Yeah, that should be fine. All right, and then on the inside here, we're going to put our science equipment. One mystery goo. I got to turn this off. Yeah, one mystery goo. And then we'll need a... I don't know if you have the gravioli detector unlocked, but I do, so... We'll put the gravioli detector in there.
Gravioli detector, I thought, has to be like forcefully launched onto the ground or something.
No, that's the seismic accelerometer needs an impact. It doesn't have the accelerometer doesn't have to be impacted, but it needs something crashing into the ground for it to monitor, basically.
I gotcha.
So we're going to put that in there. We can probably take the barometer because it's Duna, and it does have an atmosphere, even if it's minimal. And we can take a thermometer. All right, and then we need life support supplies, small. Wherever that happens to be. Small, and that doesn't look very small. I guess that is. It looks kind of big. We'll put that there. And then maybe we can put waste cans. Yeah, I am going to have to up our fuel just a little bit.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, I didn't get any.
Oh yeah, that should be plenty. So we've got all that. Let's see here. We can close those doors. We're also going to need to put some RCS thrusters actually on this thing. I'm clicking on you. Thank you. Where are we going to put RCS thrusters?
So, all right, we are going to. So
where am I going to put RCS
on your
thrusters?
design, on your engine design, instead of using the orange tank, what if we used? Well, that offers a nice kind of base, though. What if we used 4 of those long rockets, like the 1.4, the smaller version of the orange tanks? You know, the black and white ones.
Why do you want to use those?
I don't know. It's just like an idea that popped into my head. God, I really love how well this actually works and looks. So,
Right. No, but I mean, what's the advantage to using the smaller four
they
of the
would.
smaller tanks over the?
I haven't thought that far ahead yet. I was just thinking of like they would be connected directly to the engines, and then we could. I don't know. So this
Which tank again? What's the name of the tank?
the FLT 800 fuel tank,
Oh, that tank.
or even a 400.
Um, how do you want to do that?
Well, like add those to the end of the nuclear engines,
Uh
and
huh.
then
Rotate the whole thing.
rotate the whole thing out. But actually, what I'm thinking though is we're going to.
Doable.
It's doable, but
It's a little janky and probably wobbly to
yeah.
no end.
What?
But I mean, obviously, once you rotate them out, you'll never rotate them back.
Mm-hmm. I am going to put though. I'm going to stick to original design.
You need to have. Let me look at this Delta V map again. And it's going to be a little hard to calculate because you don't know how much. Well, you'll have to build the entire ship in your hangar to see how much Delta V you actually have.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you'll have to take, the ship you took up already and attach the engine section to that, plus, whatever my lander section is, plus an extra, huge set of fuel and whatnot. Because we'll need to see how much Delta V there actually is to know whether you've got enough, kind of a thing. From low Kerbal orbit to Duna is, well, we're going to want a low Duna orbit. So, 9, and this is assuming absolute ideal here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to round up 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, like 2,000 Delta V. So you're going to need, we'll probably say 5 there and back. I mean, obviously we won't need to bring the landers back. So there'll be a little bit of weight shed there. And if we put some fueling sections, like refueling, tanks in strategic places, we could probably drop empty tanks on the way back / there if we build it intelligently.
Yeah. So, okay, here, let's...
But yeah, I would figure 5,000, and we'll just have to figure on basically building the ship in the hangar as well as in orbit. All right, I think that'll work for RCS. I need to figure out landing gear now. We could just risk it on the side and hope it doesn't burn up. I'm not really fond of that idea because we're kind of a little bit top heavy. Well, we're probably not actually top heavy, but I think we're going to use more robot parts, which could get a little confusing.
I think, well, I don't know what I think.
Okay, so let's place these things like here. So right click, Scale them down to about that. Then we're going to use our offset tool. Raise them up out of the thing. Now we need to use the rotate tool. And we need to rotate them roughly like there. Okay. And then we need to use these guys scaled
you know what?
down.
The nuclear engines only use liquid fuel, right?
You're right. You don't need oxidizer with those, and you don't want to be taking oxidizer with those.
No, but we don't get the fuel weight of the engine.
What's that?
You know, we don't get the full use of the
what?
Of the tank.
You do. The tank doesn't. I mean, you lose weight when you take the oxidizer out, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, yeah, but you would much rather put more fuel.
It doesn't. I don't think it works that way. Like, I don't think the game calculates it out that way. You know what I mean?
Well, there is a total amount of.
Right, but there's I guess you could use. I guess there's maybe some airplane parts that just hold liquid fuel, but there's nothing that's diameter and will hold that amount. I don't think.
Actually, just removing the oxidizer from this thing is an.
Oh, no, there is a big tank.
There's a big tank.
Pure liquid fuel tank. It's next to the orange tank in the list for me.
Oh, look at that.
It holds 3,200. So yeah, it actually holds more liquid fuel than the orange tank does, and it's actually smaller, I think.
I did.
It's not as tall, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's definitely not. So we'll slap 2 on there. And then...
Yeah, it looks like it's about half the size. So 2 of those... should work out pretty well. All right, so we're gonna do that, and then we need landing legs. Crash tolerance is 12 on that. Rotate this way. Roughly, maybe. Or we could, how do I want to do this? All right, let's grab our robot parts here. Let's grab these things. We need to move the rails down here. That's not the right place. Down here. Add a new group. We'll add some more door hinges down here. Something like that. All right, let's send the rails. Oh, I put those on backwards. That's really unfortunate. Like, really, really unfortunate. Let's grab this. Let's grab this. And rotate. Nope. This way. Slap that guy back down. Offset. Grab that. Slide back up. Roughly, yeah, that's probably fine. These guys got to go back here. This way.
Oh yeah, this in and of itself right now
Mm-hmm.
is 8,000 delta V.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be that.
No.
Have to figure out, roughly the weight, of the other thing. Um,
Hold on, is inertia or mass involved in the calculation for delta V?
Mass?
Yeah.
Mass is. Why?
Okay. I was just like, well, if it's weight, it doesn't matter because it's in space and.
Yeah, well, you're being too scientific. Weight, mass, whatever.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You knew what I meant. Or you should have.
Well, I did, but like I wasn't certain if the delta, like if the like I know.
This game doesn't give you weight; it only gives you mass.
What do you call the thrust to weight ratio?
Well, okay, I guess there's that. That changes, but
okay, so we got the docking port there. Oh, how am I going to get this? I'm going to have to put the.
What's up?
Nothing. I am. Well, I'm going to have to dock this, and I'm not. Well, I suppose I can control it from the bottom.
So. It doesn't matter where you control it from, because you can right-click on any part and click control from here. So, like, you right-click, when you're flying, you just right-click on, like, the docking port, and you click control from here.
Are we going to need radiators for anything? I keep seeing all these radiator parts.
Possibly. I'm not 100% sure. It probably wouldn't hurt to attach them.
To what?
That's a really good question. All right. Let's move the hinges back on this thing here. Then we will attach these guys here. Rotate this around roughly to like there. And then offset maybe. Offset's gonna be kind of difficult.
How do you spell propulsion? I'll just call it engine.
Offset back. Okay, so that's relatively set back in. I'm glad these parts clip. Oh, hinges, why are you facing the wrong direction? Okay, there we go. This guy goes here.
So, if I, in between the two engine, or in between the two fuel tanks, if I put, fuel will flow in between a reaction control wheel, right? Yeah.
Should.
It's not a decoupler.
Alright, let's see. There. And let's see. There we go. Let's do that. Looks about right. It's a little funky, sticking out a little bit, but it should be fine. We are way past the end of the episode, though. If you like the video, click like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time for some more modded Kerbal Space Program. We may do a little bit more in between episodes. Thanks for watching. Bye.